Welcome to the Candidates Forum presented by the League of Women Voters of Winnebago County and Oshkosh Community Media Services Television City Cable 10. This event will be simulcast on WOCT 101.9 FM, Oshkosh Community Radio. The forum may also be accessed via video streaming on the Oshkosh Community Media Services website at www.oshkoshcommunitymedia.org and on the Oshkosh Community Media Services YouTube channel. I am Ann Marshall, co-president of the Winnebago County League of Women Voters, your moderator. The League is a nonpartisan organization of men and women that works to encourage active participation in government. Our mission is to inform citizens about major public policy issues and about candidates seeking office. For more information about the League of Women Voters, access our website at www.lwvwinnebago.org. With me tonight are Winnebago County Board candidates seeking election in 3 districts in the greater Oshkosh area. They are Caroline Carver and Claude Thompson from District 14, Joel Rasmussen and Dick Spanbauer in District 31, and Robert Keller from District 32. Larry Last is also running from District 32 and is not here yet. If he gets here, he can sneak around and say his piece. Each of these candidates will answer 2 questions. They have 2 minutes per question, and our timekeeper right here will give you cues. The first question is, the town or city needs me as their county board supervisor because. The second question is, what are the 2 or 3 most important countywide issues facing the board in the coming year? I will begin alphabetically with District 14 candidates Caroline Carver and Claude Thompson. Ms. Carver, if you'd start, please.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. I appreciate you turning out for this event. I'm Caroline Carver, as I've already been introduced. I'm a lifelong resident of the county, and I have a vested interest in this community, and that's why I'm running for this position. I have a diversified professional background. I've been a practicing attorney for the past 26 years, and I'm a business owner here in Oshkosh. I have 2 children in the area school system. I come from a family with a history of public service. My father is a retired judge after 36 years of working for this county. I myself served in the United States Navy for 20 years and retired in 2008. I also have spent some time in the district attorney's office here in this county. What does all this mean to you? What it means to me is that I'm out there every day. I don't intend to just show up to county board meetings and interact with the county board members there at those meetings, but I'm out there every day. I'm interacting with people in the community, particularly the people in my district, the businesses, and the other organizations that affect our community and our board, our county, I should say. I know the process, I know the players, and I know the issues. I have the ability to represent my district with effectiveness and experience and a fresh new perspective on what's important today. This county, with ever-decreasing resources, needs new ideas, new approaches, and a new vision for the future. I will bring all of these things to the table when I'm elected. I believe the county needs me as a supervisor because I'm a stakeholder committed to the growth of this city and this county, to quality education, and to having my constituents' concerns heard. Thank you.
And the second question.
Oh, you want us to do both? Okay. Well, then the second question, what are the issues that I see? I think the issues we have in this community, this county, are the same throughout the state and throughout various counties. There's always a concern with increasing revenue for the community. And we do this by attracting and retaining businesses that will hopefully create more jobs for our people here in this community. We need to bring more industries and companies to this county. We need to always encourage and support small businesses, and that doesn't mean just the ones that are viable now, but encourage and create and support new businesses, new small businesses. We need to focus on growth, at the same time recognizing the importance of a balanced budget. We need to continue to support our school system by ensuring we graduate competent, productive kids, while at the same time we need to provide an environment to not only support but retain those great teachers that are turning out those productive, competent kids. And I can speak from experience, we've got some tremendous schools and we've got some tremendous quality teachers in this system. I see the two big issues being economic development and job creation. And again, we need to find innovative new ways of doing all of these things. Einstein said, "Doing what you've always done but expecting different results is insanity." I'm confident that when I'm elected to the board, I not only will bring a new, fresh perspective, but I'll bring new innovative ideas and a new, fresh vision that's going to take our county successfully into the future. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Thompson.
Good evening. I am Claude Thompson, and I'm running for District 38. I'm a native of Oshkosh and have been a member of this community for almost my entire life. Having grown up in the town of Oshkosh and now living in the city, I think I can see things from the perspectives of both the towns and the cities in the county board. I think also I studied physics in this very room when I was in high school. Why am I running for the county board? The question is experience and dedication. During my 24 years membership in another board, the Oshkosh School Board, including 3 years as president and 18 years as treasurer, we built North High School, we built Shapiro Elementary School, we remodeled and enlarged several others, and we had to make tough economic choices to close several schools. I am acutely aware of the need to get the most benefit from every dollar spent. In the county board, I am presently privileged to be a member of two important committees. The Planning and Zoning Committee has been coping with rapidly changing state laws, and we have facilitated and overseen the creation and revision of many town plans. I fill the city residents position in that committee. That is a requirement of the county board. I also serve on the Personnel and Finance Committee, where again, we have to make very tough economic choices. Recent changes in Wisconsin's labor laws have required a great deal of rule changes with which my committee deals. It's a privilege to be a member of these important committees, and I hope to continue that practice. 12 years ago, I promised, if elected, to make a positive difference, and I believe I've done so. I earnestly request the privilege of continuing to do this for the coming 2 years. We have several major challenges ahead, and I'm ready to meet them. I would be less than honest not to admit other
Let's
motives for
get
running.
on to the
I'm sorry, ma'am?
We need to get on to the second question.
I'm sorry?
We need to get on to the second question. The 2 minutes is up
Okay.
for the first. So if you'd answer question number 2.
Okay, I will go immediately to question 2. What are my priorities for the coming 2 years? There are many good reasons to be proud of the work of the Winnebago County government. Our departments have all capable and dedicated leadership, and they have adapted well to increase scarcity of resources and the changes that it requires. The merger of health services with the county and the cities of Oshkosh and Neenah has improved services and reduced costs. Coordination of solid waste operations in 2 other counties has paid off as well. The long-awaited partnership of the county and the city of Oshkosh for the development of the airport and related businesses is now reality. Careful planning will result in a burst of growth in aviation-related business. The old Parkview Health Center has now been raised. I am pleased to have supported all of these changes. The board will need to respond now to several new challenges as well. The passenger terminal at Whitman Field is in need of repair, is expensive to maintain, and is not well suited for any present purposes. We need to deal with that problem, and we need to deal with it soon. The unused building north of Oshkosh, known as the Huber Center, has been made obsolete by other means of tracking low-risk prisoners. We have not found a good use for it, and tough decisions are going to be made regarding this building. Safety concerns and the needs of adequate courtroom space will require careful consideration and possibly a very large investment in the courthouse building itself. This will require a great deal of careful planning, and I believe I can take an important part in this planning. None of these challenges lead themselves to easy solutions. The county board will need to do some serious planning, and I think that I can be a constructive part of that. And I thank you all this evening.
Thank you. Now for District 31, the candidates are Joel Rasmussen and Dick Spanbauer. Mr. Rasmussen is in Washington, D.C. tonight on county business, so that speaking for him is Stan Klein. So Mr. Klein, on behalf of Mr. Spanbauer.
Thank you.
Sorry.
You can do your own, yeah. This is Jeff's statement. The town needs me as a county board supervisor because of my knowledge of county government. I was a 31-year employee at the Winnebago County Highway Department and retired 5 years ago as a highway maintenance superintendent. During this time, I participated in many areas of county services. The county board members have engaged me to leverage my expertise in these areas, and I've gained their respect. 2 years ago, when our previous board supervisor, Jeanette Diakoff, decided to call it quits, she encouraged me to run for her seat because, in her words, you know what's going on around here. After being elected, because of my background in the transportation field, I was assigned to the Railroad Consortium and Aviation Committee, of which I'm currently the vice chairman. My knowledge of equipment and maintenance has made me an asset to these committees. During my first term, I was appointed by the county board chair to fill a vacancy on the Personnel and Finance Committee. One of the highlights of this past year was being involved with rewriting the county's new employee handbook after the new rules of Act 10 were passed. This past December, I was chosen to be the county board's representative on the Winnebago County Conflict Resolution Center's Board of Directors. I look forward to contributing to this worthwhile organization, which has been very successful in helping to reduce court cases. The past 2 years, I was asked to appear on a panel as a county board representative for Leadership Oshkosh Government Day session. This has allowed me to meet and get to know some of our current and future leaders from our community. In conclusion, the taxpayers of Winnebago County paid my salary for 31 years and contributed to a good pension. Being on the county board gives me an opportunity to use this experience and give back to the citizens of the county.
Thank you. Question 2.
While important issues come up regularly to the board, these 3 stand out at this time. 1, what effect is the Affordable Care Act going to have on Winnebago County? It's hard to follow all the details of this, but it appears it could likely have a significant cost to the county. Some hard decisions will have to be made to do what is right for the county employees and the taxpayers who pay for it. 2, the future of the Tri-County Ice Arena has been a topic of serious discussion for the past 2 years. This is an aging facility that will need a good chunk of money put into its infrastructure in the near future. The parking lot is most currently at a cost to $300,000 to $500,000 to repair it properly. While most everyone wants to see the arena continue to function, the big question is whether Winnebago County should continue to be involved in this, as Calumet and Outagamie counties no longer are involved. 3, discussion has started at Whitman Regional Airport on the possibility of the old terminal being replaced by an administrative building. The 40-some-year-old terminal was built for passenger service, which no longer exists, and only a small percentage of it is being used, although its configuration requires it to be heated and cooled in its entirety. On top of the very high utility costs, the roof is in need of replacement for a cost of $600,000 to $900,000. It would not seem to make sense to put that kind of money in a building that's mostly unoccupied. A process is taking place to determine if it is economically feasible to replace the terminal with a much smaller, energy-efficient building. Without passenger service, many people are unaware of the amount of use the airport gets. It is a major driver of the economy for this county, not just for EAA. I wish to thank the League of Women Voters for this opportunity to speak to you and hope to continue to serve Winnebago County as District 31 Supervisor. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Spanbauer.
Thank you for inviting me. I consider it a privilege to be here, and I thank you for that. Good evening to everybody that took the time out to come up here. Because of the very many years that I have been elected or appointed or volunteered in local community, I have served in the towns of Omro for many years. I've served on just about every committee you can think of, and Algoma, either as a chairman and or as a supervisor, and not to mention the many committees that I was involved in. I was involved in, like, for instance, planning and zoning, cable TV, sewer, water, border review, land comprehensive planning, pre-platting of developments, both residential and commercial. Heck, I even chased dogs and served summons as a town constable back in the 70s. I did all the jobs. I usually was always at the town board meetings, always volunteered for something or ran for something. I also got the very rare honor and privilege to be a member of the legislature as a state representative for the 53rd Assembly District. I served on the Consumer Protection Committees, Urban and Local Affairs, Children and Families, and I was also appointed chairman for the Veterans and Military Affairs for the state of Wisconsin. I believe my experience, with the amount of experience I've had in all these committees and working in the rural area, qualifies me to be a valuable asset to the people of Winnebago County. Thank you.
And question
Next.
2, please.
The question 2. Because of the recession, of course, we've gone through in past years, there's been a loss of revenues. I think everybody's pretty well aware of that. We've had to really squeeze our belts on budgets, and we've, of course, lost a lot of money, whether budget cutting in the state level, the local level, whatever it's been. Funding programs and projects is a county responsibility that's shared by the county board, of course. It provides services such as the Parkview Health Center, the facilities involved, law enforcement, our infrastructure, which would be the roads, the drainage, the bridges. These can directly affect safety and economic issues down the road. We definitely need to work close with our representatives to get our share of those monies. And I do understand how that process works. I've worked in the guts of that for 4 years. The 2 terms I did serve as state representative. I know who to contact, what the procedure is all about, how it works. And that's an important aspect, especially if you're a liaison between the state and the county government. I rarely, if any, missed any county legislative meetings when I was elected assemblyman. I came to every one of them every month, either giving input, listening, and trying to do the best I could for the community, as well as for the state of Wisconsin. We definitely, as I said, have to work close with our representatives. As we all know, when EAA is in town, that is a huge economic boom in revenue. It brings in millions and millions of dollars every year to our economy. One of the things I'd like to see more of is more incentives for airport business growth, as this is definitely a revenue grower. Businesses bring employment and revenue into the community. You need jobs, and when people work, they pay taxes. And that's something that we've been missing, both on the local level and the state level, for that matter. My asset, again, would be my experience and my dedication. Thank you.
Thank you. Now, from District 32, we have Robert Keller, who will answer the 2 questions.
Thank you, Ms. Marshall and League of Women Voters and the citizens for allowing me to be here tonight to present. The ongoing issues that I have identified in District 32 are farmland preservation, annexations, West Side Arterial, Festival Park, EAA concert activities, stormwater drainage problems, railroad quiet zone, railroad crossing conflicts, and the future of Whitman Airport. On these issues, I would only wish to hear what everybody feels and how I can best represent them on these issues. In order to do that, your representative should have motivation, knowledge of governance, finance, and community issues, and communication skills and the time to do the job. I believe I have these qualities. My greatest motivation is the appreciation for public engagement and citizen participation in government. My knowledge comes from town board experience of 12 years, public and private employment for many years, master's in business administration and master's in public administration, and study and experience in town budgeting for a number of years. I believe communication needs to go both ways. I believe when there's a board debate of any kind, someone needs to question the assumptions and challenge conclusions and offer for solutions. I offer this statement from my town chairman. Rob and I have served together for nearly 11 years, and I've come to rely on his sound judgment, passionate approach to reasonable, efficient governing, and his attention to detail in understanding issues. While we don't agree on everything, I appreciate his willingness to listen to and to consider the opinions of other people. Rob's qualities are those I'd like to see in someone interested in representing me at Winnebago County Board. That's Frank Facetto, our town chairman. I have the time. I do not have any other employment obligations. So I thank you. On question number two. First, I'd like to cite some statistics. 51.5% of Winnebago County funds goes to wages and fringes for all the services they provide. Of that, 47% of expenditures goes to health and human services. And we have to remember that 55% of Winnebago County is agricultural land. From that, I'm finding the issues to be that first we need to recreate the county's pay system. Representative employees in the past are no longer representative employees on the county. So a new system needs to be created. And that system will affect all 1,050 of Winnebago County employees. It needs to be a fair system. People need to understand it, and they need to accept it. People that feel they are justly compensated will do better quality work and better service. Opinions that I've heard about the pay system is that people need to know what their starting pay will be and when they can expect increases and how much. That's an opinion. Other opinions are maybe we need to have a performance-related pay system. The second issue is the Affordable Care Act effect on health and human services. Implementation of the Affordable Care Act is a goal for the health department or health division of 42 employees, Human Services Behavioral Division 81, and Economic Support 37 employees. So this is going to impact 160 employees in Winnebago County. I think it's a big issue. The last one is combined issue of social and economic benefits. It's the issues that I previously mentioned, plus road maintenance, the Tri-County Ice Arena, municipal collaboration, regional planning, and everything that affects individual property rights, all fall under the umbrella of community revitalization. They all need to fit together, and if an issue comes up, I would ask that we try to think about it in terms of a community-wide benefit. Thank you.
Thank you. This concludes this brief forum for candidates seeking election to the Winnebago County Board. On Tuesday, April 1st, you may vote for one of these candidates if you live in his or her district. If you are not sure which district you live in, you can go to the Winnebago County website to find out and where to vote as well. So thank you very much.